Why do horns and musical instruments have this flared shape? To answer this question, about a year ago, I decided I would take this and scale it up to this. And I've never actually made something this big for my channel before, so as usual, we decided to make a smaller prototype model to see what we could learn about the challenges that would come from scaling it all the way up. So we started by creating a plaster mold with the right curvature, then you cover that with a gel coat, and then we put 3 layers of fiberglass and polyester resin. And then when you pop it out of the mold, you're left with this. And we were immediately struck that there is in fact something really special about this shape. So I'm going to switch over from my lav mic to my shotgun mic for this demo. Here's my voice normal. Here's my voice with the tube to show that there's more going on here than just focusing the sound in one direction. And then here's my voice using the horn. You can even hear me whisper, which is creepy. But if I whisper without it at the same volume, you can't really hear it. So this was proof that the curved shape of the horn had a significant effect on amplifying the input sound, but I still wasn't sure why. So now it's time to really scale things up to the big monster horn, which we did by applying all the same principles we learned on the prototype, and then we headed to the most desolate location we could find on Google Maps to put it together.
Can you hear me? Hello, over there.
It feels like you're like right on my shoulder. As you know, the base of the horn is what's responsible for creating all the sound. So to see what's inside, I thought it was only appropriate to open it with my friends Dan and Lincoln from the popular YouTube channel, What's Inside. And it turns out it's pretty simple. The key is this thin metal circular plate, or diaphragm. So the air comes in here at 100 psi and passes around this diaphragm in such a way that it causes it to vibrate 110 times in a second, which causes a corresponding pressure wave to shoot out here and down the throat of the horn. So after a few hours, everything was finally set up and it was the moment of truth, since after 8 months, none of us had actually ever heard it fire yet. And Lincoln hadn't even seen the thing because we made him wait in the car. This is the big reveal. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, here it is. Is that pretty loud?
Wow, that's so cool.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
This actually isn't horn, it's that.
Oh.
Behind you, now you can look.
Oh my.
But before we fire it, we need to first talk about how hearing works and what I eventually learned about why horns have that curved shape. Let's say this jello block represents a volume of air molecules. If that horn diaphragm hits the jello molecules over here, there's a chain reaction of jello molecules crashing into each other until finally you see movement on the other side of the jello block. And this is where your eardrum is. So it moves back and forth at the same rate as the horn diaphragm because of all of these collisions of the jello molecules in between. This is called a pressure wave, and it's how sound travels through air. And so if the horn diaphragm is hitting the air molecules